We could have some similar water rescues to this one down the shore today as that nor'easter continues to pummel the area with rain and rough winds.
That's right. CBS News Philadelphia's Ross DeMattei is live for us in North Wildwood this morning, where some streets are flooded and the wind has been whipping. How you doing out there, Ross? Good morning.
We're hanging in there, Jan and Jim. Good morning to you. The wind is relentless out here. Just when it feels like it's dying down or you're getting accustomed to it, one of these big gusts comes through and just knocks you off your feet. There have been times where I've had to lean in to kind of get my balance. So just shows you it's not fun to be out here. It's driving that rain right in your face. So that is not fun. But really the bigger concern is the flooding, which is also being fueled by that wind, pushing all of that water from just offshore onto shore. And that's why we have this coastal flooding. I've been showing you how deep it is. So I got the big rain boots on. I got the rain pants. It's about ankle deep from where I'm standing on the sidewalk. If I take one more step off into the road, look at how deep it goes. That's like shin deep. We're talking like 6-7 inches of water in the road. So this is not only on this block, but so many of these surrounding neighborhoods. I want to show you some video from yesterday. Maybe it's a little bit of a clearer picture since it's still dark out here. This wind has been whipping all night, and it's pushing all this water across streets onto sidewalks here in North Wildwood as this nor'easter continues to cause headaches down the shore. Several hours after high tide yesterday afternoon, the water filled near the beach, almost reaching the boardwalk at Lincoln Avenue. From 2nd to 7th Avenues, many of these low-lying neighborhoods near the Back Bay are completely inundated with water right now. We spoke with one couple who's lived on 2nd Avenue for 15 years. They have ridden out quite a few storms. They say they've never had flooding enter into their house, but they were getting more and more nervous as they watched the water continue to rise.
Well, you get a little anxious every time you look at the door when the water comes up higher and higher and higher, and you just hope it stops.
I hope the water starts going down before the next high tide. It might not, but we're lucky.
So there you have it. They consider themselves lucky. Maybe others not so much. I can tell you that the mayor of North Wildwood has emergency crews on standby just in case anyone needs any additional help. We haven't heard any reports of that, but as soon as we do, we'll pass that along to you. Jim and Jan, back to you guys.
And someone biking right behind you there, Ross. Is that the person in the jean shorts? I mean, who are these people out at this hour?
I didn't even see that, Jim, but that is absolutely the same person. So we're going to try and talk some sense into him. I'll send it back to you.
That's going to be an uphill battle. Thank you, Ross. Appreciate it. Another round of major flooding is likely for this afternoon. Ross DeMattei is live in North Wildwood, where residents are waking up to flooded roads this morning. Good morning, Ross.
Good morning, Jim and Jan. It feels like every time you guys send it out to me live is when we get one of these big gusts of wind and kind of knocks me back off my feet. So we're definitely taking it on the chin out here. We've got that driving rain fueled by the wind. But really the biggest concern is coastal flooding. You want to see what coastal flooding looks like in our shore towns when these kinds of storms come through? Look behind me. You don't really have to look far. This is 26th and Delaware Avenues in North Wildwood. It has been underwater all morning long, so for hours. And you can see it's not just this intersection. It stretches on for blocks and blocks. All the surrounding streets are inundated with water right now as well. You can also see we got this trash bag in the middle of the intersection, so there's debris that's been scattered around it. Here's how you know that it is coastal flooding and not flooding from rain inundation. I just saw two, it was either tadpoles or guppies swim by me on the sidewalk. So this is water coming from the bay and from the ocean, and the wind is pushing it onshore, and that's what all this water is that you see behind me. Of course, so much of this is related to tidal activity. We had high tide at around 1 o'clock this morning, and that is typically when we see the worst of the flooding. Now, in theory, this water is receding, although we haven't seen the water level drop too much over the last few hours. It will, though, as we get closer to low tide later on this morning, and then another high tide comes during the afternoon. It's important, though, that all this water disappears by the time the next high tide comes, as you're going to hear the mayor of North Wildwood explain why that is so important.
So if we don't get all the water out before the tide starts coming in, that really risks the chance of what's called stacking, where the predicted high tide could get higher than forecast because the tide didn't go all the way out. And the unexpected flooding into homes, we've experienced that in the past. It's pretty concerning for residents, obviously, but we're prepared for that if that happens.
Yeah, so this kind of coastal flooding is what a lot of the tourists, a lot of the people who just come down in the summer don't necessarily see. But a lot of these residents, as well as, of course, the town itself, they're used to this kind of behavior. So they have emergency crews on standby just in case anyone needs additional help as they deal with this flooding throughout the course of the morning. Jim and Jan, I'll send it back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Ross. Appreciate it.